What do you think about straight or cisgender people playing LGBTQI people? Like, what do you think about that?
I'm going to be honest, I get a lot of flack for this answer, but I think for me, it's what I believe and it's what I think. I think it should be the best person for the role, period. And I think if that person is straight, if they're African American, if they're Latina, if they're Caucasian, if they're gay, if they're whatever, I think it should be whoever embodies that role the best way that they can. And I think that, if there is a straight actor that's going to play an LGBTQ, role, then obviously they're an ally. And I think that that's good, and I think that that's something that, they're obviously not against it. Although preferably I would love to have, all gay people playing straight roles, all gay people playing gay roles, I think it just, to me, doesn't matter. And I think it should be the best person for the role, period. Doesn't matter sexuality or skin color or anything. I think that that's kind of how I feel about it.
Yeah, but then, of course, people say if the playing field was even, then that could be the case, right? Like if there were enough great, meaty roles for the LGBTQ community to tap into, and then they weren't battling against straights, because straight people, they get to play everything. Billy Porter said something that I really loved, and he was like, for him, he has to go in before, all of his recent success. He would go in, and unless the role actually was written and it said flaming gay or something, he wouldn't even be able to get into an audition. But yet, you could take a straight guy, and it didn't matter what his past roles had been. He can go in for the straight role. He can go in for the flaming gay role. He can go in for whatever role. And so I think that that's one of the problems, because it's just not enough roles to go around. So it kind of, just for me on the outside looking in, kind of feels like, oh, then maybe it should just, for this time being, until we get real parity, maybe that has to be the case.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's so well said, and I completely agree. I think, in the question before, it's like if we were in a place where we were able to have these great roles and these meaty roles for anyone and everyone on television and, in films, then it wouldn't matter. But I think right now, you're right, it does. And I think there's not enough roles for people in that community to be then taken away by straight people, and I think that you're right. And for the time being, that just, and that makes me mad. That's what it is, and so I think that part of my goal, as I was saying, is to kind of make sure that I'm doing that in my writing and in my acting and all those things. It's just to make sure that I'm creating meaty roles for all sorts of everyone.